When I tell you the hatred for Deontay Wilder will never cease to amaze me, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Push the weight and now flex. Flex the livest one in the section. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker hot stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. Nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. You know, this is my boxing channel, and I try to keep it boxing here as much as I can. But what always seems to happen is on my past videos, Deontay Wilder's name is a buzzword. You put his name in your title, you get a little more views. You understand? And some people use that as strategy. I don't. I talk about the news as it comes, and I cover everything. I'm not gonna say everything. I cover as much as I can. I cover what I believe is important. This topic that I'm gonna discuss, to me, is important, and I'm gonna prove to you the deep-rooted hatred for this man. All right. You can't make it make sense to me. To hate this man basically shows me that you're an imbecile. You don't know boxing. And if you're a person of color, if you're black, I will go as far as to say you have no knowledge of yourself. And I'm going to reiterate, you don't know boxing. You don't know this man's story. And if you don't care to get to know it, you're just content with remaining in your ridiculous beliefs. Especially you raccoons that run around talk about pro-black. I'm pro-black and I don't trust white people and the cops is killing us and everything else. But then you try and engage in a discussion with me in reference to boxing, and I'm telling you, there's other than boxing, other than his story about boxing, I support this man because of what he represents. And you clowns don't want to hear it. Well, this is one of my many videos I'm directing towards you ignorant fools. I'm going to show you. Because I mind my business. This is my channel. This is not open for debate. I don't debate on my channel. When I have family on the panel, it's a conversation. I only debate people of like mind. And when you're debating people of like mind, it's not a debate. It's a conversation. That's all. We can agree to disagree. And that's fine. But I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to take you back to October 10th. No? It was, I'm sorry. It was October 10th. I was in Vegas. I did a live stream. I had Eric Neighbors, a.k.a. the Wilder Hater, on my show. He's really not a Wilder hater. He's a cool dude. All right? Pleasure meeting him. Pleasure having him on the show. We had a conversation about the events that happened that weekend. So I get an alert on my phone. I go to my desktop and someone commented on that video. That video was back in October. We are now in December. Okay, fine. People like to go to your archives and they might leave a comment. And I'm not even going to lie to you. A lot of them I just delete and block because they're trolls. But someone left a comment that was quite interesting. And I said, you know what? Let me give this fool some airtime because I'm going to show you the level of stupidity that I deal with. Well, I choose not to. I'm going to show you the level of stupidity that I ignore. But a lot of the things that I say, you don't believe me. I'm going to show you the comment and I'm going to show you the response. All right. Here's the comment right here from Greenmount Avenue. Don't know this dude. Don't know if he does content. Didn't care. Comes on that video, what I did with Eric Neighbors. He said Edwin Valero has the highest KO ratio in boxing history. 24-0 with 24 KOs. Wilder isn't even in the top 10. Are you reading that? He said, I'm not hating, okay? They love to say that when they want to point out something that they feel contradicts what you say. He says, I'm not hating, but it is always facts over feelings. My brother Blue Blood says that a lot, so apparently Greenmount is very familiar with the brothers. So I respond to him, I would say Edwin also knocked out his wife. Oh yeah, he took her life. Then allegedly took his own, allegedly. The record speaks for itself. Wilder has accomplished more in his division while being undersized. And you're bringing up Valero? If that is the case, 24 fights with 24 KOs would make him better than a lot of active fighters today, wouldn't it? Edwin ain't do anything but commit a homicide. His boxing career didn't even take off yet. Check the resume. Facts over feelings indeed. You got to bring up an expired criminal in an attempt to degrade Deontay. Wow, the reach is epic. Laugh out loudly. Now, I don't bring up this guy. When he was active, when he was alive, I watched him, and you know what he reminded me of? He reminded me a lot of Manny Pacquiao. There's a story about him. They brought him into Oscar De La Hoya's camp to help him train. I forget for who. But the word is he got thrown out of Oscar's camp because in sparring, he was kicking Oscar's ass and he lumped his eye up and threw him out. They threw him out. That's what I heard. I can't confirm it. But that's one of those stories. Y'all could research it and find out if it's for real. I don't know. But that's what I heard. Valero was another buzzsaw. He fought a lot like, he was also a southpaw. Fought a lot like Manny Pacquiao. He was fun to watch. Well, one day I turned on the news. Allegedly, he offed his wife. Okay. He was arrested. And he committed suicide in prison. You know, you also hear things. Did he really commit suicide, or was he the victim of, justice, street justice? I don't know. The man, he apparently had demons. So his career ended at 24 wins and 24 KOs. So this guy, Greenmont Avenue, yeah, you're getting your shine right here. But I'm using you. This is not good shine, fella. Okay, this is you getting exposed. This is you getting exposed. And believe it or not, if you scroll through my videos, you will find a lot of idiots posting things like this. I'm going to show you how this guy, if he's a guy, doesn't know what he's talking about. He says Edwin Valero has the highest KO ratio in boxing history. Okay, let's dissect that. He has the best record in boxing history. 24 and 24, no losses, no draws, nothing. His career didn't even get started because he had a domestic situation. This guy, that's Edwin Valero right in the middle. That's the WBC strap he has. All right. And I believe, don't quote me, because I just found this picture, that may be the woman he did that to. Sad stuff. I'm not sure. Y'all can research it yourself, but the news is real. Okay. So he says Edwin Valero got the highest KO ratio and he got the best record in boxing of all time. Okay. And he insists that he's not hating. Okay, why would you even bring up this guy's name? All right, I don't like bringing up guys' names that did things like this. Okay, it's a fact. He took his wife's life. That's a fact. We don't know. They said it was suicide. That's what they said. I don't bring up this guy. All right? I don't bring up this guy. But this dude picked out of everybody, this guy, Edwin Valero, because he has a problem with Deontay Wilder. This was a post. We was talking about Wilder Fury 3 on that live. And he comes in here talking about Edwin Valero for what? For what? That's a problem in itself. So what are you saying? Edwin Valero, best, he says he has the highest KO ratio. Let's talk about that. The highest KO ratio. His career ain't really get started. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Add to stream. We're going to do this as a family. This is Edwin Valero's record. 27 wins, 27 KOs. All right. I don't know how this kid said 24. Box record says 27. Whatever. Here's what I'm not concerned about, but here's what I'm looking at. No losses, no draws. Good. Let us count. Let's count from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. And I only recognize 2 names on here. That's Antonio DeMarco and this Japanese fella right here, Takeharu Shimada. So he stops everybody. This RTD, that means they quit on their stool. That's considered a technical knockout. I'll give him that. So 27-0. He stopped everybody he fought. Meanwhile, you can see he's fought in, where's he from? Venezuela? Yeah. He fought in Venezuela. Then he came to America, right? Oh, I know who Emmanuel Ford is. Okay, whatever. All right, but I want you to look at something. He fought Emmanuel Ford. His first fight in America was against Emmanuel Ford. Look at that. Look at that. I know who this guy is, but the guy had 20 losses. So, he was set up for failure. His second fight in America was a guy against Roque. I don't even know who this guy is. 13 losses. But y'all get the deal. Y'all get the deal. Okay? So, according to BoxRec, 27 KOs. That's wonderful. But here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. You ready for this? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to share screen. This is Deontay Wilder's record. Okay? Okay, we're here? Okay, let's start at the bottom. Let's start at the bottom. And I'm doing this for a reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Straight KOs. Or TKOs if you want to get technical. I stopped right before Bermain Stavern because that was a unanimous decision. That's where the KO streak stopped. But I stopped at right before the Bermain Stavern, we got at Jason Gavin. I was up to 32. 32 comes after 27. I'll say it again. 32 comes after 27. So Greenmont Avenue says 24, 0, and 24. I'm reading the box rec. It says 27, 0, 27, 0 losses, 27 knockouts. Whatever. But I do know 32 comes after 24, 27. I do know once Deontay got to King Kong Ortiz after the unanimous decision, okay, let's move this. After the unanimous decision, by the time he got right here, you got Stavern, all right, you got Molina, Duhapis, Spilka, Areola, Washington, Stavern, yoga pose. Right here, right before the first Fury fight. Right? No, I'm sorry. He had a draw with Fury. The second Ortiz fight in 2019. By the time Deontay got there, his KO ratio was at, I believe it was 97%. It was at 97%. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna play with y'all. It was at 97%. Boom. There it is. This is an old article. Deontay Wilder extended his knockout ratio to 97% with the brutal one-shot finish of King Kong Ortiz. The Bronze Bomber further cemented his legacy by making his 10th consecutive title defense, equaling Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Vitaly Klitschko, and Lennox Lewis. Hardest hitting heavyweight champions. Deontay Wilder, 43 fights, 41 KOs. This is an old article, 97%. Okay? But by the time he got to fight number 32, he was 100%. Just like this guy, who you had to dig in the crates and speak on, just like that guy. And for those of you that don't know who Edwin Valero is, all right, since Greenmont Avenue wants to bring him up, okay, again, I ain't finna play with y'all. Let's go here. And of course, the WBC, of course. Let's read this as a family, okay? This is an old article. Read that. Consternation in the WBC due to the passing away of Edwin Valero. This was April of 2010. Jose Sulaiman, that's Mauricio's dad, for those of you that don't know, World Boxing Council president, and all the members of the organization are deeply saddened, moved in sorrow due to the tragedy that took place in the family of the reigning WBC lightweight world champion Edwin Valero, who committed suicide in his cell after having killed his wife. Edwin Valero will remain in the 300 years of history of boxing as the only boxer to have a world champion, all right, who has a world champion, have professional career of 27 knockouts in 27 fights for a 100% record of KOs. Now, let me stop there for 1 second. This fool ran up here and said 24. I do also know on your keyboard or on your smart device, your cell phone, your laptop, your tablet, and your desktop, the number 4 is a little ways off from the number 7. So this guy comes on my page and doesn't even have the goddamn facts correct. Family, this is all up in our pages, we have idiots that do this. Let me move that. Let's get back to the article. Okay. Heavyweight champion Vitaly Klitschko, remember this is 2010, is second to him with 97.1. Valero was very close to the World Boxing Council president and many of its members who witnessed the happy years of the fighter. When he won his lightweight world title on April 4th in 2009, when he defended his title last February 6th in Monterey, where he was joined by his wife and 2 little children that you see in the picture for 2 weeks, showing the kind of behavior and humanitarian sense that were very far from what happened. Wow. Somebody was suffering in silence mentally. Okay, the World Boxing Council declared April 19th, 2010, a day of world mourning. The WBC will also begin analyzing a plan to set up a fund for the education of his 2 little children who were left alone in life after the passing of both parents. Okay, this was more of a sympathy thing. Feel sorry for the woman and the kids. Don't feel sorry for this animal. I know you liked him as a fighter, but this guy's an animal. He killed his wife. and then took his own life. That's what they said. But my point is, this fool on a post where I was talking about the events of that weekend dug up Edwin Valero to talk about a KO ratio, and he's still wrong. He said KO ratio in boxing history, but analyze what you're saying, my friend. If Deontay Wilder stopped right at King Kong Ortiz, and I'm sorry, if he stopped at, for whatever reason, before the first Bermane-Stavern fight, he was already up 32 fights. He was undefeated, 32 up, in 32 stoppages. 32 up and 32 stoppages. And don't get it messed up. All right, KO and TKO, they carry the same weight. Because I'm looking at Valero's record. His first fight was a TKO. He didn't get a KO until 1, 2, 3, 4. Until 5 fights in, he got KOs. He got 2 KOs in a row, and it was right back to TKO. His 13th fight or so was back to a regular KO. And RTD on these records just means that these guys are quitting in their corner or something. Okay? You see that on Deontay Wilder's record also. But right when he got to Bermane-Stavern 1, he was up 32 fights with 32 KOs or TKOs or whatever you want to call them. So if he stopped right there, he's better than Edwin Valero. But let's look at it deeper. Where is Edwin Valero's King Kong Ortiz in this record? This guy would not want to do this with me. There's none. His career was just getting started. His career was just getting started. I believe he was fighting on Showtime. And then he loses his mind, kills his wife, and kills himself. Those are the facts. So you want to hold Valero to this high standard of having a high KO ratio? Deontay broke that record is what I'm saying. He was 32 fights in with 32 stoppages right when he fought Bermane-Stavern the first time. Look at BoxRec and count it, man. Another thing is, this fool got up 24-0 and 24. We clearly see 27. I'm only reading to you what I've read. If y'all know better, put it in the comment section. I do know that Deontay had more wins on record than this guy had before he died, before he killed himself. But the fact that you got to go all the way to Edwin Valero on a video that I did 2 months ago and put that there, there's no comparison. Now, to the Wilder haters and the monkeys, you see this man right here? They just compared this man to the Bronze Bomber. You see that, monkeys? I just read to you what this man did. That's his wife on the right side. I believe that's his wife. She's gone. Those 2 kids are parentless. And that had everything to do with him. This is who they're comparing Deontay Wilder to. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Y'all get offended about everything else. This right here should offend you. This makes no sense. But I know. He swings too wild. He can't box. Meanwhile, the same monkeys that are telling me that Deontay can't box was telling me that Floyd was boring and that's why he didn't like him. He throws money at the screen and he's so arrogant. He needs to be humbled. I don't like him because he acts like that. They all think we're a bunch of ignorant Negroes and he plays into that. Enter Deontay Wilder, pro-black, don't throw money at the screen. Dumb it down for you monkeys. Go watch when he did the interview with Kevin Hart. He started boxing because he had a sick child. And delivering beer and working at IHOP wasn't going to cut it. So he started fighting. And it turns out he was damn good at it. Is that not the American dream? How's that for a boy below the Mason-Dixon line from the South? How's that? And when we come to bat for him, when we see injustice, we see a disservice, and we speak up for it, the last thing we need is for you monkeys, you knuckle-dragging, ashy elbow, big lip, gap-tooth monkeys standing up for the enemy. We have enough weight on our shoulders. And I told everyone around D, I said, look, you know what? He puts the weight of his people on his shoulder. Maybe he needs to get light. Because a lot of them, as many people that love him, there's a lot that don't like him for reasons they can't justify. They can explain it, but they can't justify it. Because when you make them say it out loud, you just look at them and say, does that make any sense? By the way, the same people that tell me that monkey shit, you turn around and ask them, what's your favorite, who's one of your favorite fighters of all time? They're going to say Mike Tyson. What? Mike Tyson? The guy that went to jail? Oh, but he went to jail on some bullshit. Yeah, okay. Deontay lost on some bullshit. You don't want to hear that. No. Monkeys. Monkeying from fucking Thundercats. Picking ticks out the back of your hairy back, the hairy back of your girlfriend. Monkeys. You wild animals. This fool just compared Deontay Wilder to this guy. Are you kidding me? He got the information wrong, and he's just dead wrong. By the time this guy had 27 fights in and killed himself and his wife, Deontay Wilder, right, later on in his career, because this all happened in 2010, later on in his career, before he got the Bermane-Stiverne, he was 32 up with all knockouts. So he broke whatever Edwin had, he broke it. If D retired right there. The only difference is he beat Bermane-Stiverne for the WBC strapped. Okay? That's the only reason. Get out my face. Nonsense. That's why we stand up for this man. And you monkeys can't tell me any different. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You cats need to get, man, you guys are disgusting. And I'm showing you this. And by the way, YouTube is weird because I wrote this, and I refreshed the page. My whole response is not even there. That's why I took a screenshot of it with my phone. Because I knew they were going to do that. Whenever I respond to somebody doing ridiculous shit like this, for some reason, now I wasn't profane. I didn't curse at him. I even left it with an LOL because this guy's ignorant, out of his mind. But that comment, you won't, I don't think if you go to that page, my comment isn't even there. You'll see that I responded, but you won't be able to read that. I don't know, it's because I brought up that this man killed his wife. That's why I'm doing this video. If the comment's not there, it's not there, but you guys need to see this shit. And he's not the only one. All we're doing is speaking the truth. It's not our truth, it's the truth. We gotta deal with this troll. It's idiots like this that allowed the Paul brothers to walk right through the front door and make a withdrawal from the bank. Not a robbery. Out the back door, they walk through the front door. We're talking boxing and giving boxers their accolades based off of what they do. We're giving them their roses while they're here. But these guys got fanboys and they act like girls, fangirls. With half-truths and straight ignorance. You're looking at it for yourself. That makes no damn sense what he even wrote. He got the number of fights wrong, and this is not accurate. It's a half-truth. Shout out to Deontay Wilder, my brother, man. And it's plain and simple. You don't deal with us, we don't deal with you. Bottom line. Bronx on deck. Move!